to one of the competitive programming question, that is seven divisible pairs. Now let us look at the problem statement of the seven divisible pairs. The problem statement is that you are given an array A of size n. Now in that array we have to define a seven divisible pair as a pair of integers I comma j, such that ai and ai plus 1 sum is divisible by 7, or ai and aj sum is divisible by 7. Formally, a pair of integers I comma j is a 7 divisible pair if and if only ai plus aj percentile 7 equal to 0. That means the sum of two numbers must be divisible by 7, such that only that is divisible, that pair is divisible by 7. Now your task is to find out the total number of seven divisible pairs, such seven divisible pairs in a given array. Now we will look into the input and output. Uh, Now how to take the input for the given program. First line contains n, the size of array. In the first line we have to take n input such that it is the size of the array. Uh, in the second line we have to input the array elements to the array of size n that has been defined before. uh, in the output we have to produce an output such that all the number of pairs in the given array that is divisible by 7, so that we have to count the number of pairs that are perfectly divisible by 7, and we should display that count in the form of output. Like if there are seven divisible pairs of nearly 5 pairs from the given array, we should display 5 as the output in the output from the by writing logic. Now we shall look at the sample input and sample output. Now here we have a input of n as size 5. For that size 5, we defined a array of size 5, and we have inputted the elements. We have inputted the 5 elements here, that are 9, 3, 7, 4, and 14. Now we have got the output as 2 here, because in this given input there are two divisible pairs that are divisible by 7, such that the count is 2. Now um, we shall look at this input and solve it manually by using mathematical logic. Now initially we have to take a array of size n. Here the size is 5, so we can take the size 5. Okay, and now what are the elements in the array? The elements in the array are 9, 3, 7, 4, and 14. First of all, what is the how the number is divisible by 7? If the means how can we confirm that the number is perfectly divisible by 7 or not? If we divide any number by 7, if that leads to a remainder 0, then only it is perfectly divisible by 7. Else that is not divisible by 7 at all. For example, we shall look at an example pair that is divisible by 7. Now, if we look at a pair like 1 comma 6, uh, now as we observe the problem statement before. Here they given the if AI plus AJ percentile 7 equal to 0 only, it is a valid pair. Otherwise it is not a valid divisible pair. Now by following that condition only, now we shall consider a example pair 1 comma 6, and now we can apply the same formula for this 1 comma 6. As the formula is AI and AI plus AJ percentile 7 equal to 0, AI plus AI plus AJ percentile 7. Now we shall consider this element as AI. This element as AJ. Now put these two numbers in the given formula, that is AI plus AJ means 1 plus 6 percentile 7. Yeah. Now what is the sum of 1 plus 6? That is 7. 7 percentile 7 is nothing but 0. Now we can say that this pair is exactly divisible by 7, such that it is a divisible by 7 pair. So the count can be incremented to 1. Like that we should consider all the pairs in the given array, and if the pair is divisible by 7, then only we should increment the counter. Now we can look at the given example and see how many pairs like this divisible by perfectly divisible by 7. Now according to the logic, now we have to take a frequency array that is indicated by indices of 0 to 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Yeah, consider these indices as the reminders that we get after dividing a number with 7. Okay, now take the elements from the given array one by one, and divide it with 7 and get the remainder from it. Now when we when we take the first number from the array, that is 9, when the 9 is divided by 7, what we will get the remainder, that is 2, right? The remainder will be 2, because 9 is not perfectly divisible by 7. Now we have to increment the counter at the index 2, that is this one. Now we have to increment the counter with 1. First of all, we have to initialize all the array indices with 0. Now after, we have to take array elements one by one from the given array and divide with 7, and what the remainder you will get, in that respective index of the new array that you have been taken, that is frequency array, increment it to 1. Increment the value of that index to 1. That is here there is 0, so that we will be incrementing it to 1 plus 1, add 1 to it. Now again same like the, now again divide 3 with 7. Now you'll get the remainder as 3, right? In the third index you have to increment it by 1. Now here there is 0, so that we will be incrementing it to 1. Same like that, we will take 7. When we divide 7 with 7, we will get remainder as 0. So at 0 index, you will be incrementing the value to 1. Similarly, for the 4 also. For the 4, you will get the remainder as 4, such that you will be incrementing at the index value to 1. Similarly, 14. If for the 14, you will get the remainder as 0. So at 0th location, you will be incrementing it to 1. Before there is 1, so we will be adding plus 1 to 1, such that it will become to the value 2. Now your frequency array is ready. This is the frequency array. Because we are noting down all the frequencies of the array elements when divided by 7, that when the value in the given array is divided by 7, you will get the remainder something from 0, varying from 0 to 7. According to the remainder you get, at the remainder index of your frequency array, you will be incrementing the value to 1, so that your frequency array will be created perfectly. Now we should do operation on the frequency array. Now the logic is now here we will use the logic as uh, at the 0 index, what are the frequencies at the 0 indexes are there, those are perfectly divisible by 7, right? um, Other indexes values are not perfectly divisible by 7. Here uh, here here 7 index is not needed, because there will be divisible by 7 reminders are up to 6 are enough. Here after 0th index, this is perfectly divisible by 7, and these are all individually, they are not perfectly divisible by 7, but the combination of them can be perfectly divisible by 7. That we are looking for exactly this kind of thing, right? Because we are looking for the pair of elements that are divisible by 7, right? Now we have calculated the frequencies for individual elements, but we should get the value such that how many pairs are divisible by 7. For getting the pairs, we have to combine two of the indexes here to get the pair of elements that are divisible by 7. Now if you combine 1 and 6 indices frequencies, means why I am combining those two indexes elements only, because two indexes values only, sorry, because 1 plus 6, that is perfectly divisible by 7, and again another one you have to combine is 2 and 5 indexes frequencies, because 2 plus 5 in 2 plus 5 is 7, and that is also perfectly divisible by 7, and again you have to combine these two indexes, those are 3 and 4, those are perfectly divisible by 7, right? Now we have a now in the 0th frequency we have the duplicate elements, right? Means it is a single pair, like 7 7 we have taken 7 frequency individually, and 14 frequency individually, but we have to see such that these two are a single pair but not two pairs, right? So that we will iterate over this frequency array and apply one formula on it such that we will get the number of pairs that are divisible by that are exactly divisible by 7, right? Now for the zeroth index, in the zeroth index place you should apply the unique formula, because in the zeroth index there will be numbers such that they are perfectly divisible by 7. So there is a formula for the to find how many uh, how many pairs are there that are perfectly divisible by 7. Now further we have a formula that is if we consider frequency arrays f. Now the formula is f of 0 plus, sorry, f of 0 into f of 0 minus 1 by 2. This formula will avoid the duplicate pairs that are perfectly divisible by 7. Okay. uh, for other combinations, for considering all these combination frequencies, we have another formula that is f of I. Yeah, right. One thing you have to remember, for zeroth index, you should take this formula from first index to from I equal to 1 to I equal to 1 to 3. You should consider another formula, right? Means why I am taking I equal to 1 to 3, because here we are doing just three comparisons, right? That is 1 and 6. 1 and 6 is one combination. 2 and 5 is another combination, and then 3 and 4 is the third combination. So we have to take three combinations into consideration, such that the formula is f of I into f of 7 minus z 7 minus I, sorry, f of I into f of 7 minus I, because we have to multiply the frequencies in the ith location and 7 minus ith location, such that you will get the frequency of those combinations. Now we have to, after getting these all frequencies, we will add them such that we will get the result as number of pairs that are exactly divisible by 7. That is our required output. That's it. This is the program of 7 divisible pairs. Now we will go and implement the logic in Python programming language. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it is the HackerRank problem, and it is mostly occurred in the competitive programming questions. Yeah, now I am selecting the language as Python 3. now initially I have to take the input of number of array elements required. That is, the syntax is n equal to int input. Yeah, input is for taking the input as string, and if you want the integer input, we have to pardon me. Yeah, we have to typecast with int such that the string input will be converted into integer input. If and only if you have given a integer as input. Okay. Then after that, you have to take the array of elements that are size of n. Okay, that is that syntax is I am considering the array variable as a. Here in the Python we will call it as a list. Okay, yeah, I am taking the list variable as a. Now I am taking the input of n elements. A equal to int of le from where the element comes. For le in input dot split. Yeah, input dot split is used for taking multiple array elements as input in the single line itself. Okay, now you can restrict to n elements such that it will take only n inputs n values as input to the array. Okay, now we will give the restriction up to size of the array, that is n is to n. Okay, now what is our task? Our task is to create the frequency array, right? That is f equal to, we have to create a frequency array of index ranging from 0 to 6, that is size 7. The indexes are ranging from 0 to 6 means it is nothing but the size 7 array or size 7 list. Okay, we are creating the size 7 list and initializing every index value to 0 initially. Okay, 0 into 7. Now the list of 0 to 6 indexes will be created with values initialized as 0 initially. Now we have to input the frequencies of each and every array element to the frequency array. Now for that we will be writing the syntax as first we have to take the elements that are in the array. For array le in a is array. The array, each and every array element is accessed by array le variable. So now frequency of array le percentile 7. Yeah, array le percentile 7 gives the reminder of uh, reminder when each and every array element is divided by 7. Okay, in that reminder index we will be incrementing the value to 1. Initially the value is 0. Now we are incrementing it to 1. Now we have to apply the formula as we discussed before in the explanation. For the 0th index, there will be duplicate elements such that means duplicate pairs will be occurring, such that to avoid those duplicate pairs we have a formulae that we have been discussed before. What is that formulae? uh, yeah, in the comment we can write the formulae first. That is f of 0 into f of 0 0 minus 1 divided by 2. This is the formula for index 0 value. Okay, else for the three combinations, the formula is f of I into f of 7 minus I, where I is ranging from 0 sorry 1 to 3. That's it. Okay, now we can implement the logic for these two formulas. Okay, initially before that we'll be creating a variable count equal to 0, initializing it to 0 to store the number of pairs that are perfectly divisible by 7. That will be given by the sum of these two formulas. Okay, first of all we'll be we'll be assigning the value of the index 0, that is exactly divisible by 7 pairs without duplicate elements. That formula is simply this one. Just assign this value to C. After that we have to iterate for I in range 0 to 3 plus 1, means the range is if you give 0 to 3, that will only iterate up to 0 1 2 only. If you want up to 3 combinations, and if we should iterate, means we should consider 0 1 2 and 3 elements also, right? Such that we'll be iterating up to 0 to 4. Now we should sum up other frequency multiplications to the variable C, that is C plus equal to f of I into f of 7 minus I. C plus, this is nothing but C equal to C plus f of I into f of 7 minus I. That's it. Now we will be printing the value of C. Now let us run the code and check the output. Yeah, some error came. We are getting that list index is out of range. Okay. Yeah. Here we should consider 0 to 3, I think. Yeah, there is some a little bit error. C plus f of I into f of 7 minus I. Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry. We should start with 1, and 1 to 4 is the range. Sorry, for the 0th in frequency we have already removed the duplicates and added the frequency to the C. And after that we are considering the combinations from 1, right, not from 0. That is the mistake I made. Sorry for that. Now after that finally you will be printing the count of the exact that how many combination of pairs that are perfectly divisible by 7, right? Now here I am getting the error because I have displayed it as a float value, but we have to display it as integer value, right? For that that is a simple logic, that is we have to just typecast the count to integer. Okay, Now we shall check the code. Yeah, yeah, Congo. We have successfully passed that base test case. Now we shall check for the remaining hidden test cases. If we pass in that also, this program is successfully built for each and every multiple test cases of different array elements, right? Now let us submit the code and check whether the remaining test cases are passing or not. Yeah, perfectly fine. Remaining all the test cases are also successfully passed. Yeah, this is all about the 7 divisible pairs program. Let us meet in the next program later for the next day session. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. This is Satyodey. Thanks for listening for this entire session. Thank you.